What's crappin', mother truckers? Gary A. Vans here. And I'm going to try to make this really short and sweet. It's Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. I'm driving, so I got to be careful. I got to pay attention. But I thought I would do a video today, just because, why not? I'm not as good at this as I am writing stuff. I enjoy writing. W-R-I-T-I-N-G, writing. But, you know what? Every now and then one of these they can be kind of fun and makes them more personal, I guess. Anyways, it's Motivation Monday, and I didn't title this one Takeaway. How about that? Secrets of Life. Here's the deal. I'm leaving Elevation MX. Had a great weekend over here in Murphy, North Carolina. And I actually got to stay at the track this weekend. It's not something I get to do that often. Usually I'm at a hotel nearby or whatever. They actually have a little cabin they've made there now that's pretty cool. But I enjoy staying at the track. I don't usually get a lot of rest, but I do enjoy staying at the track because you get to kind of hang out with folks. And that's not something even though I'm there amongst so many people, I don't really get to talk and hang out a whole lot at these tracks. I'm working. But at certain points, I had a busy weekend. I did a lot of cool stuff. I rode my mountain bike around, farted around on it a little bit. Thanks to Alan's Garage, Smiles Per Hour, for letting me actually get on a dirt bike this weekend. That was freaking fun. www.rentmotos.com. I got to give them a shout out, man. They put me on a dirt bike this weekend. I got to trail ride and realized it's been 6 years since I've been on a bike, and I don't know what I was doing on a bike. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I had a freaking great time. But got to go out to dinner, got to do all kind of good stuff, man. It was a non-busy but a busy weekend, and of course announced some motocross racing. But here's the thing: at certain points, I got to kind of just sit down and just kind of observe. If y'all know me at all, you know I'm kind of an observer. There's a difference between looking and observing, and we talked about that. I don't know, last week or the week before. Honestly, I don't remember. But there's a difference. But I'm just kind of just hanging out, and I'm watching these kids. They're running up and down this giant hill. I don't know, 50, 100 foot hill probably. And they're just playing. 3, 4, 5 of them just running around playing. There's bicycles everywhere. This is after the race is over, Saturday. There's bicycles everywhere. They're just kids running around playing outside, and as I'm just kind of just hanging out watching, and this is right after I got off of a dirt bike. I'm like, man, that's pretty freaking cool, and you don't see it that often. And I'm trying to get somewhere with this. No cell phones, no iPads, none of that. Now, I'm not going off on a technology rant, because technology's done a lot of good things for us. It's also done a lot of bad things. I'm sorry, I can't look at this, so like I said, I'm driving. But I'm going to try to make a point right here in a second. Hang with me. But what it got me thinking was those things the kids weren't in trouble. Those things weren't gone from their life, but they were taken away from them for a temporary time, to some degree, because rather than, hey, let's go sit and play video games, let's go run up and down this hill and, act a fool for a little bit, get our clothes dirty and muddy, and hopefully our parents won't get mad at us. But anyway, they were having a great time doing it, man. They were having a great time doing it. They were using their brain. They were using their imaginations. It was really cool. So without the technology, you have to use your imagination. You have to think. You have to make things happen. That's what they were doing. They There's kids out there having a good time. Fast forward, went and enjoyed some dinner with some great friends, had a just good conversation, man. And then watched a little bit of the Supercross race, and then decided I'm turning in. Wanted to go make some phone calls. I'm turning in. So when I get back up to my spot, I'm sitting outside, and it's a beautiful, beautiful night. Stars are out. It's clear. It's quiet. A little bit of lightning off in the distance. We did have a little bit of weather, over the weekend. I'm sitting, and so I just kind of take a minute. I do every night. I take 15 minutes, every night to myself. Well, I took that time. That wasn't my official 15-minute time, but as I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, some of the best times are just when you're doing and thinking about nothing. Just nothing. Just being in the moment, okay? And this is something that's come up before, but just being, whatever you're doing, do that. Be in that moment. If you're eating, eat and be in that moment and think about how good the food tastes. I understand sometimes you got stuff to do. I got to check emails. Well, I'll do it while I'm eating, or I get that. But when you can, just do what you're doing. Be in that moment. The thing is, what this brought me to, as I'm sitting or standing outside last night, just enjoying the moment, it occurred to me, and I don't know that this is revolutionary, something I've come up with. I don't think so. I've probably even heard it before. I can't give you credit if you've said it to me, because I don't remember. But what kind of came, let me just say what came to me was, maybe one of the biggest secrets in life is not what you're willing to go after, or what you're willing to have, maybe one of the big secrets in life is, what are you willing to let go of? What are you willing to not have? Because we keep adding to our life. We keep adding things to our life. We keep adding problems to our life. We add other people's problems to our lives. But what are you willing to take away? Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's is contrary to some degree, because I played guitar over the weekend. I rode a dirt bike over the weekend. I pedaled my mountain bike around over the weekend. I did a lot of fun things with the things that I have. I did. But sitting there in that evening with nothing was freaking cool. And it's just what got me on this kick. It was what got me started on this. What are you willing to take away from your life? Maybe it's things, maybe it's other people's problems. Maybe it's other people. I don't know. You have to figure that out. All I'm trying to do is show you a different perspective. I love to talk about perspectives. That's all I'm trying to do, is show you a different perspective on things. And speaking of perspective, I had some great conversation with great people. Rule number one is, you can't have a conversation or an argument with somebody that's not mature enough to accept a different perspective other than theirs on something, on anything, on whatever it might be, because they always go sideways. So to be able to have those conversations with somebody that can accept it, or just maybe disagree, but just find, okay, well, I disagree with that, but what a great conversation. Man, that's a big deal. Be that person. Be that person. Don't mean you have to accept what people are saying, but you can still have the conversation about it and walk away and go, that was a great conversation. That person's an idiot, but it was a great conversation. Whatever you need to say, whatever. I know, I'm an artard. Whatever you need to say. I'm just saying, those conversations can be great, and there's no reason for it to go sideways. There's no reason politically, whatever it may be. We can all agree to disagree. It's okay. But what are you willing to take away? What are you willing to not have? What are you willing to not deal with? You know, it's just a thought. I'm not going to rewatch this. I'm going to post it. And if it's dumb, well, it's just dumb. But I'm going for it. It is what it is. It's what was on my brain. And that's exactly how these things happen. Sometimes it's stuff I learned through the week. Sometimes it's something I just on a whim. Sometimes I have things planned. I'm going to talk about this Monday. And they don't ever happen. Other things happen. Look at my hair. Woo. I'm just saying, sometimes you just got to go with the flow, man. Just go with the flow. Anyways, hey, it's Monday. Hope everybody has a great start to their week, and I hope that you have just an incredible week, a blessed week. It already has been for me. So, peace. Hey, wait.